Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. I have 5 items that I'd like to talk with you about this evening. The first of those is the KickingBird Pickleball Facility. As you know, with the current transition of our tennis operations to the new city Edmond Public Schools Tennis Center, our people have been working to convert the current tennis facility to pickleball courts. And just as a reminder, it was your consensus when we talked about this last year to move forward with such a conversion if possible, in recognition of the needs of this fast-growing sport in our community. The lines will soon be painted on 8 outdoor courts and 3 indoor courts, and the nets that we need should also be arriving soon. The initial court should be completed actually within the next couple of weeks. The courts will be free to the public and available on a first-come, first-served basis. The Greater Oklahoma City Pickleball Association will also have the use of both the indoor and outdoor courts several times a week during some of their regular programs as well. During this transition period, we're also trying to accomplish some minor upgrades to the facility. Eventually, we will have over 20 outdoor and 12 indoor pickleball courts, all available for public use. When this repurposed facility is opened, we'll promote it on both social media and with some appropriate signage once a definite date for that opening has been determined. The second item pertains to intersection improvements at 2nd and Bryant. This project will involve dual left turn lanes and single right turn lanes to be installed in all directions. The additional survey work has now been completed on 2nd Street that will allow us to straighten the roadway and add additional lines, and that will also allow us to maximize the benefit of this project. Because of the limited space available for utility relocations, the private companies are still having to use staggered time frames to accomplish that work, but it is also moving forward. When all the relocations have been completed, the project will be advertised for bids, and the funding for this project, all of it is being provided from the repurposed 2017 capital improvement sales tax. The third item is an update on the Hafer Park AC Caplinger baseball fields. The improvements to these fields will involve bringing them up to tournament quality, which will allow our community to tap into and attract more of the tournament market, and it will also provide a higher quality complex for our own recreational leagues. As you know, the original plan was to do phase 1 of the 3 improvement phases this year after the spring season. However, with the impact of COVID, that has moved everything back a year, and now the first phase of construction is planned for next summer. The first phase includes 4 renovated fields and also new parking on the east side of the complex. The total project cost for all 3 phases is estimated to be now in the neighborhood of around $8 million, and that will be allocated from the 2000 capital improvement sales tax. The fourth item is an update on ITS, or Intelligent Transportation System. I always include that definition in there because we still get comments from people that ask what is ITS, so I think it's important to keep that in front of everybody. ITS includes the use of field devices, communications infrastructure, and computer systems to improve traffic safety and mobility during congested periods, construction activities, maintenance activities, and traffic collisions and other emergencies. An update on the phase 2 construction, which is ongoing. It involves 22 signalized intersections and also 3 school zone locations on Broadway, Danforth, and Covell, with all of these locations being connected to our new downtown traffic management center. Completion has been delayed recently because of detection testing and fiber connection issues that are now being resolved. The total cost of phase 2 will be about $7 million, with the city providing the 20% match, which is about $1.4 million. The design of phase 3 is also moving forward, and there are also 22 intersections in that project along the corridors of 15th, Kelly, and Santa Fe. ODOT has this project listed to go to bid in April of next year, 2021. And as a reminder, the funding for all of the ITS phases, the city's share of the funding is coming from the 2000 capital improvement sales tax. And then the last item is an update on sales and use taxes. These revenue sources have moved forward now for the second month in a row. They're moving forward in a positive direction. Those 2 months also reflect the first 2 months of our current fiscal year. The numbers we're going to talk about tonight reflect collections from the last 2 weeks of June and the first 2 weeks of July. During that period, sales tax revenue was up 8.3% over the same period a year ago, and that compares to 3.8% improvement at the end of last month. Our use tax revenue increased 20% for the same period, compared to 24% at the end of last month. And the combined total for sales and use taxes for the month, the cumulative total was up about 10.8%, which compares to almost 8% at the end of last month. So we're doing well economically as well. We feel very fortunate and very blessed.